Oh yeah. Good morning and welcome to day 152. We're going into Baxter today. Gratitude. The gang's all here. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
How you guys doing?
Waiting for the ranger to show up. The list up there is.
Oh, is it?
Go ahead, cross the line. They said that you might want it to get to the ranger.
Woo, look at that, Baxter State Park boundary. I'm in the park, bitches. Here is the official registration card. Nice. Filling it out. So everybody decided to go back for breakfast. I did not. I kind of want to be by myself a little bit, I think, and reflect and think about things. This is my last day of hiking on the Appalachian Trail before I hike the Appalachian Trail to the summit of Katahdin. And I don't know, it's just special. It's special, and I kind of just want to, I don't know, I kind of just want to be by myself right now, which is unusual because I always want to be with everybody. But for whatever reason, I don't know, I just want to be alone. Pretty flat trail up to Katahdin Stream, and then over to the Birches campground. We all got signed up. We're in. We got a spot. We're pretty happy. Tomorrow's summit day. Today's going to be some pretty heavy rain later. So tomorrow, I think that he said was a 30% chance of rain. So we may get pretty lucky on this one. We may get pretty lucky. I'm in Baxter State Park, one of the most beautiful gifts to the state of Maine that could have ever been given from Percival Baxter. To the people of the state of Maine and the rest of us from out of state. We get to enjoy this sacred place too. And it is quite sacred. There's something about Baxter that just feels different. It really does. And I feel very blessed to be here. I walked here from Georgia. I still can't believe it. I walked here from Georgia. Ah, and there's the campground we stayed at. It's literally right there. That's so funny. I saw a light last night, and now I know why. Apple Pond Trail, Katahdin Street Campground, and this is the AT. This is the way we go. Follow those white blazes. So this is the area of the trail that when they let out the dam, flooded, and the water was waist high on people as they were walking through here. I can't even imagine that. You can see all the mosquitoes around me. They are vicious. I switched out my Picardin for DEET, and boy, oh boy, am I glad I did. You know what? A couple days of DEET isn't gonna kill me. Oh my gosh, the mosquitoes are outrageous. I wonder if you can hear them. I am swarmed. DEET is amazing. But they're finding the spots on my body that don't have it, like my fingers. For those coming up behind me that might see this, the ranger was amazing at the sign up. He was a wealth of knowledge, willing to help with any questions at all. Very cheerful, happy, like just a really great guy. So thank you for that. I feel really good about that being the initial experience coming into Baxter. I know I've heard mixed things in the past about rangers and so forth, but I will say I've been coming here for years, and I have always had very positive experiences with the rangers in Baxter. So for what it's worth, that's just my interaction history. And it's beautiful in here. The mosquitoes are without a doubt the worst that I've ever experienced. I thought they were bad in the 100-mile wilderness. This is a whole other level of holy cow, like swarms. They're letting up a little bit. He said, the ranger said, that the first section was pretty horrendous for bugs, and then it lightens up a little bit. So I'm not sure if it's just because there's a little breeze coming off of that beautiful river I'm walking by or what. But I just wanted to give you that information. We got there at 6. We were probably there before 6:30. He showed up around 6:30, 6:45-ish, and was very informative about what we needed to do. And we filled out our registration cards, and we hang on to those and give them to the ranger at Katahdin Stream Campground, which I'm going to be walking to. That's what I'm walking to now, actually. So I changed up the plans a little bit this morning. I did not sleep good last night. Not surprised. The frogs, you heard that on the video. The frogs are so crazy loud. It was sleep disruptive versus soothing. So I put my earplugs in, and the humidity, the heat, it was just uncomfortable. And, you know, I don't expect to sleep good tonight either, just because I'm going to be all keyed up about tomorrow. But then this morning when I get up, our original plan was to leave all of our stuff at the tent site, hike up to the gate, sign in, not gate, but the kiosk, and then come back, have breakfast, and then pack up and go into the park. Well, this morning, for whatever reason, I just didn't feel like doing that. I was like, you know what? It's a continental breakfast, which, I don't know. I don't care. It's not important to me. The ranger did contradict that. So the woman at the campground said it was a continental breakfast. The ranger said it was eggs and sausages and stuff. So that's all they needed to hear. So they all went back. And I kept going. And they're like, oh, come on. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to go. The other thing that happened is, of course, today is the one day that I need to be in contact with Jim, that my Garmin comes unpaired from my phone. So I'm shutting everything off, turning it back on, trying to repair the phone and the Garmin, so that I can send him messages so that he knows where I am. Because ooh, that's an eagle. Because, oh, there it is. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Oh, I don't think you got to see it. Sorry, I'll try and pay more attention. I don't know where it went now. I can't really see great either through my net. The trees are in the way. Anyway, so of course today's the day that the Garmin acts up. So I figured I'm just gonna keep on walking, because if he's gonna be here around noon, I want to see him. I want to say hello and hang out with him. So I just want to make sure that he knows where I'm at, what I'm doing, and all that. Plus, I just want to be alone. I just want to have a little bit of time to myself, because I just want to think about stuff. And if I'm with everybody, I'm going to be yapping and distracted, and I don't know, I guess I kind of want to have the quiet to contemplate and think, and I don't know, it sounds goofy, but that's just kind of where my head's at right now. We're gonna hang out all afternoon and tonight, and then tomorrow after we do the summit, you know, or up at the summit if it's nice up there. So it's beautiful in here. So done with river crossings. So done with river crossings. You don't even know. I just don't want to cross anymore. And I just crossed a small one. It really wasn't a big deal. But me trying to keep my feet from getting wet, slipped on a rock, and sure enough, whacked my knee. I'm just so done with falling and all of it. I just need to stay in one piece for one more day. I just need to stay in one piece for one more day. God. Oh. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. I really don't want to cross any more rivers. I'm just starting to realize all the things I wouldn't let my brain think about. Like all the things I wouldn't allow myself to want in order to stay out here. Except in those moments when I broke down. But otherwise, for the most part, like thinking about cooking in my kitchen, and sleeping in my bed, and spending time with my loved ones and all that stuff. Like I've been thinking about it so much the past few days. It's almost like the dam opened and the floodwaters just rushing through, because now it's all I can think about. And I'm just like, okay, one more day. Like tomorrow night, like I just realized tomorrow night, I'm sleeping in my own bed, in my home. Tomorrow night, I can't even believe it. Tomorrow night, I'll be home. And I can be happy about it, and I can let myself think about all the little things that I want to do and that I love to do, and giving myself permission to open the dam and let the floodwaters of my life rush back into my heart. I believe that's Stacy Pond. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. It's nice that the trail goes by it. From the woods at her destination. looking at that? Baxter Peak. Baxter Peak. 5.3 miles. Oh, baby. Oh, my God. I'm here with Captain Chaos, and we are at the Birches. Check it, the Birches. We made it to the Birches, and we've been doing a little thinking today about everything that's going on and the end of our journey. What are some of your thoughts today as you are wrapping up this incredible adventure?
It's been an adventure of a lifetime. I think Poet said it best from Shaw's Hostel. Like, it's definitely going to be something that is going to be one of the most admirable things that I've ever done. One of the greatest things I've ever done. But I am ready to go back home. The girlfriend and the dog are missing me.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's anyone out there that's thinking about it or toying with the idea of doing it, I'd say there's never a right time in life to do it. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
Just make the leap of faith and do it. And the trail will provide. So
yeah, it will.
You'll find your way, and you just got to make it happen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that you could change, like one overarching thing that you could change about your through hike, what might that be?
I would like to go with a smaller tent.
Ah.
My tent is just kind of ignorant with how big the footprint is, and it made it challenging. And I'd also say a single wall is not the best idea for starting in February.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with a 2-wall, 1-person tent.
Yeah. Okay.
If I was to do it again.
That's a good one.
But other than that, most of my gear stayed the same the whole way, so
Good.
I didn't really change anything. So
Awesome.
yeah.
What would you say is your favorite trail food?
My favorite trail food now at the end?
At the end.
Ooh, probably like the real jumbo big honey buns. It's just the easiest, sweetest calories to get down.
Yep.
And you feel that sugar kick right away.
Nice.
That or the Cliff Energy Chews. Those are amazing.
The Cliff Blocks?
Yes.
I love those.
You eat those Cliff Blocks and that hill,
You're like a little rocket.
Yep. Yep.
What is something that you are going to say to yourself when you reach that sign tomorrow?
I think for me, it's like just that reassurance that I can do anything that I set my mind to. You know, in my early 20s, I set my mind to certain goals and I hit them, and then, you know, you kind of get stagnant, you kind of get content and lazy,
Yeah.
so you have to continue to set goals and go after them and chase them. And I think this is just a big reminder that, you know, from the year of prep work and saving and training and shakedown hikes and getting the gear figured out to 5 months of just balls to the wall, going out there and doing it, I think it's just a big reminder that if you want it, you can do it.
Yeah.
You know, I can do anything I set my mind to.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, I just got to figure out what the next thing is going to be after this. And
How do you
just
top it?
use the AT as that tool that, hey, it's just another hill.
Yeah.
Just another mountain. It's just another 1,000-foot climb. You can do it.
That's
So
awesome.
that's what I'm going to do.
Love you, man. That's awesome.
Chasing Places. It's the best channel on the AT.
Oh.
Like, comment, subscribe.
You're biased. You're biased.
All right,
So we're here with Stinger,
Hello,
the
hello.
man. And we first met on McAfee
Yes,
Knob.
McAfee Knob.
And I'm wondering, like, what are some of your final thoughts as you're coming into tomorrow being your last day hiking the Appalachian Trail?
I think a mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Bucket list item down. I think that I'm just thankful I was able to do it. You know, I couldn't have done it without God or anybody else, the support of my family and everything.
Yeah.
But mission accomplished.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm excited to go up to the top, but I'm here now. It's got a common effect. I mean, I'm excited and anxious all at the same time.
Yeah.
Nervous.
Do you think you're going to sleep good tonight?
Probably not.
I know.
Probably
me
not.
either.
I did set my hammock up because I sleep better in my hammock. But,
Yeah, see, his hammock's right there. And there's the tent that Captain Chaos was talking about. It does have a huge footprint.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a restless night. I'm excited and nervous and everything because, you know, we still got some climb ahead of us. But I am excited to be right here.
Yeah.
And I get to see my family tomorrow.
Yeah, it's so
excited.
awesome. What is the one piece of gear that you would never do something like this without?
That I would never do without?
Yeah.
I would not do it without my hammock. I loved my setup that I had. I didn't have no condensation, no problems leaking or anything. I mean, I love the setup. I've not had a problem the whole time finding a place. The only time I had to go to the ground was at the Warwick Drive-In and at the Unionville when we stayed at the city park. Them was the only 2 times I had to go to the ground. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I mean, I've slept well in it.
That's awesome to hear. I think the one thing I wouldn't do without is my trekking poles. I think about how many times those have saved my life.
They have, and Frog told me the other day that I put a lot of dependence on my truck. Because, I mean, when I come down some of them ledges, I put all of my weight on them. And, of course, I lost one, you know, back in Gorham doing a river crossing. And so I've got 2 mixed matches. So one I can depend on, and the other one's a Walmart one. So I'm like, I don't know if I trust it because I've broke them before. But every trip that I go out on, I end up losing or breaking a trekking pole. So that's just the way it is.
What would you say is one of your favorite foods from trail life?
I have to say, if I could get them, I loved doing the sourdough bread with the Duke's mayonnaise and the sun-dried tomatoes and the bacon when I was able to get it.
What? I don't remember ever seeing that.
That was before I met up with y'all because I stopped being able to get in the sun-dried tomatoes.
Was down south?
No, let's see here. I met up with y'all in Duncannon, or right before Duncannon. I've not been able to find the sun-dried tomatoes before that, since before then. But I used to carry a pound of sourdough bread with the mayonnaise, and you get sun-dried tomatoes and the already cooked bacon, and some cheese. It was good.
Oh, you sold? I'm sold.
I mean, I loved it.
I would have loved that.
it. But when I ran out of being able to get, and it started getting hotter too, so I quit carrying cheese.
Yeah, that's true too.
So,
what are some of the things that might go through your mind when you see that sign tomorrow?
Another bucket list checked off, of course. You know that I'll probably be doing a lot of reflecting back against my whole journey that I've been. I think it's going to be overwhelming. I really think it's going to be overwhelming tomorrow when we get up there. Because, I mean, we've been out here for 5 months. And that's been the goal that we have been looking at. I mean, the other day when I first saw Katahdin for the first time, I mean, we sat up there, an hour before the big thunderstorm hit. And that I've been reflecting a lot since then. Because, I mean, every day it gets a few miles closer. Well, by golly, we're knocking on the door now.
We're 5 miles, 5.3 miles away.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're knocking on the door.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Stinger.
Oh, you're welcome.
I really appreciate it. I love that the viewers get to know you guys a little bit. I know it's the end, but I think it's still awesome that they get to hear some last thoughts about, you know, on our second to last day.
I agree 100%. And I've really enjoyed hiking with you too. And
I've enjoyed hiking with you guys.
I love
chaos.
I love our tramley.
I love our tramley. Frizzle kind of holds us together.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Also, she's the glue.
You guys are the best. All right, we're here with Scorecard. And so Scorecard, tell us about your hike on the Appalachian Trail. What are you doing?
I'm doing a section hike. I came out here on June 12th with my friend Thomas. I started in Hanover, and he dropped out after day 1 because of an injury. So I kept at it solo, and now I'm here in Baxter State Park.
So was your plan to come to Baxter on this trip?
Originally, yes, but I had points where I was wavering. I'm thinking about stopping early, but I was enjoying it, and I kept going.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it.
Are you thinking about doing the rest of the trail someday?
I am. I think I'm gonna go for a full through hike, get the full experience.
You're gonna do the whole thing over again,
Yeah,
including New Hampshire and Maine?
I think so.
Wow, good for you.
I feel like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, that's my perspective as well, but not everybody feels that way. But, and that's okay. So, what is one piece of gear that you have found that you could never live without?
It's a good question. Deep.
DEET. That's a
DEET?
good answer.
Definitely for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
definitely.
couldn't go without that.
Yeah, I think we've all become believers in the DEET. What is one of the things that you would give to somebody starting an AT hike, whether it's a through hike or a section hike? What is some of the advice you would give to somebody?
I would say, get to know people. You know, like, don't stick to yourself. Or if you want solitude, like, that's fine. Like, there's
Yeah.
a lot of it to be had, but there's also a lot of people to meet, and it's worth it to really kind of dive into the AT culture.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's great advice. Tell me, how's it going to feel for you tomorrow when you see that sign on top of the mountain?
It's gonna feel good. I think for me, it's less of like a big goal that I've been going towards, and more like it feels like it's just kind of the end of the line, almost. But it'll still feel fulfilling, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited for it.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Scorecard. So I'm standing here in the outhouse, not joking, because it's right by the parking lot to the Birches campground at Baxter, waiting for Jim. He gets to spend a little time in my world, at least today. And yeah. Welcome to Maine, baby. No rain, no pain, no Maine. At least I'm using the umbrella that I've been carrying for months. There he goes. Oh shit, he went by. Shit. Come back, Jim. Right there. He made it.
Yay. You reached down there and just pulled the bone out.
It was right next door.
There was
right?
no
It was like
meat
in a
on
house,
the bone.
basically, yeah.
No meat.
Yeah, it was really
And they knew their barbecue was good.
So we are at A-Ball Campground. This is where Jim is staying tonight. And we just set up his tent because this is how I used to sleep in lean-tos. It's so funny how your perspective changes after you've thru-hiked. And he's right by a beautiful stream. Looks high. But that'll be nice noise tonight for him to sleep. And he's got all his stuff ready. Right, honey?
Yes.
Yeah, bug spray, you're gonna need it. We're here with Redshift.
Yes.
And as all of you probably remember recently, you got to experience Redshift's incredible musical talent at Carter Notch Hut when he woke all of us up in the morning. Well, I was already awake, but woke all of the guests up in the morning.
It's not my best performance.
It was wonderful. So thank you for that. I thought it was really beautiful. He's doing a through hike here of the Appalachian Trail, and you've also done a bike tour
Yeah.
that you did When did you do that?
So from like August until January, I did the bike tour. Took a month off in the desert, and then I got on trail here.
Okay.
So it's like been one big thing.
Like a big adventure.
Yeah.
So on your bike tour, you went from Boston to
Key West to San Diego and up to Oregon, and I was going to do the PCT, but I didn't get a permit, and winter was crazy. It was like record snow. So then I was going to do the AZT, but then they shut the Grand Canyon down and stuff like that. And so then I was like, all right, drove to Atlanta and did the AT.
When you were doing the bike tour, were you already planning on doing the AT?
No, I didn't want to do the AT because I did so many. I'd done the 48 almost twice here. I'd done so many trails around here, and I wanted the trail that was like a little bit more secluded, less people, and I knew that AT has a reputation of being just like a party thing.
Yeah.
But then I was on basically by myself for like 6 months, and then all the weather was so crazy. I was like, oh, maybe a trail with like people sounds pretty good. You know, maybe that sounds awesome. So I don't think in any other context would I have done it first, or this trail. So it was like a week before I drove out here did I realize that I was going to do this trail.
So it was kind of because of the bike tour that it sort of
sounded like a better idea, and then also the weather.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So when did you start?
AT March 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if there's one piece of gear advice that you could give to somebody that's starting out, like what would you say?
If you're starting in like February, March, probably have a sleeping bag that's the right temperature, like 20 degree or lower, maybe.
Did you find that you were cold at all?
I definitely was. I had like a 15 degree bag too, and I got a liner at Neil Gap.
Yep.
Just don't underestimate cold, I guess.
Yeah.
But then I'm also not like the best gear guy.
That's good advice though.
Yeah.
Because it was cold in March.
Yeah, and like change of clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're not like an ultralight person, don't like pretend that you are. You know, I like my extra stuff for peace of mind, so I like pack everything. I don't mind the extra weight. You know. Yeah. It makes me happier and think less about it. You know, so that's been my thing.
Have that comfort. And know that you have it when you need it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, how long have you been playing the guitar?
Oh, I think I started playing bass in like 4th grade.
Wow.
And then guitar since probably like 5th grade or something.
Wow.
Like that. Yeah.
So that's a very long time.
Yeah. I went to school for bass. But yeah, that's sort of like what I do on the downtime. Don't make a living out of it, for sure. But
something you love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. What would you say if there was something that you could change about, like an overarching thing that you could change about your through hike? What might that be?
I don't really think anything. Yeah, it's been fairly ideal for the most part.
Yeah.
Even like the last month of hell has been awesome. I can imagine myself saying to take more time in the future. I don't really feel that way right now, but I know I sort of went fast through certain sections. It was super focused on like getting miles in and getting to where I needed to, so I can see myself in the future saying, oh, I should have taken like a 0 there or hung out, you know, with different groups I was hiking with. But at the moment, I don't regret anything at all. It's been perfect.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's really cool. What do you think some of your emotions might be when you see that sign tomorrow? Because you have hiked Katahdin before. Yeah. So this will be a whole different experience.
I think it'll be like some of the other milestones where I don't feel anything at first. Like getting into the whites was huge for me because I like recognize all the trails and stuff like that, but I didn't feel anything. And then like a day later, I'll listen to music or something and I'll just be like demolished. I'm like, holy shit, I'm here. So nice. I don't expect to feel anything at all tomorrow until I'm like back in Millinocket. I haven't finished yet. So until it's like, I'm in town.
It starts to sink in.
Yeah. The bus is tomorrow. I don't have to hike the next day. It's fully done. That's when I can be like, holy shit. Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Not yet, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not over till it's over, and it ain't over yet.
Yeah.
We got a night where we're praying for a lot of rain.
Yep.
To come through tonight, so that tomorrow we get no rain. Thank you very much, Redshift, for chatting, and it's been really cool hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for adopting me for like the last 24 hours.
Of course. Awesome. Yeah. We love making new friends. This is Pink Hot Dog. We had an amazing conversation on trail, and he was the one that gave me the insight from Poet, who's up at Shaw's in Monson, Maine. And so we had a pretty special connection on trail. And here he is again. He's coming down south. He's going southbound right now from Monson.
Yeah, I started in Monson.
He started in Monson.
I'm going to pick up my wife and go hike the 100-mile wilderness in Katahdin when we get done, and then we'll finish it off.
That's awesome. That's so good. Well, it's so good to see you again. And for everybody out there, he's back on trail.
Poet had another little snippet that he told me while I was up there last time. He said the trail is long, but it's narrow. And what that means is that you're likely to meet people that you've seen before. And it came to right here today.
Here you go.
Yeah, I was
Isn't
so happy
that the
to
truth?
meet you again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, so yesterday we got word from our friend that this creek was about ankle deep. I just crossed it, came up to my waist. Michelle's on her way across. Come fast. You got it. Come on, you're almost out of the current.
Fuck. Oh. Oh.
as you get on top of Whitecap, you're going to see Mount Katahdin clearly for the first time. They say that the view from the top of Whitecap is the axe that breaks up the frozen seas within us, and the steelier parts of your soul that have been hardened by the long and arduous miles will shatter, and you'll feel the tears rolling down your dirt-streaked face. Or you might be socked in. But I know that when Hippie Chick and I got to this parking lot up here, we were so ready to be done with our hike. We were like running. We just felt like this is it. Can't wait to get done. Can't wait to get to that mountain and get home. But then when we saw our destination for the first time, it changed everything. You realize that you run to get there, and then when you get there, it's just kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to go, and completion anxiety sets in. So one thing I try to encourage people to do is savor the experience as much as you can throughout. You'll be glad that you did in the long run. So sit on a mountain, sit by a lakeside, take it in, because you're doing one of the coolest things you're ever going to do in your entire life. And whether you know it or not, this thru hike is changing you permanently. And for the rest of your days, everything that you do, you compare to your thru hike, and you realize that one of the happiest times you ever were was when you were out there with the least, you know, and that makes a difference. It's a valuable lesson to learn. So I know that when I'm on my deathbed and I look back on the momentous things that I did in my life, my thru hike is going to be one of the top ones. I remember everything so vividly. It's kind of wild, you know. I guess when you're working the hardest, you know, things resonate the most. You start your thru hike and you're just kind of like, you're getting the physical stuff figured out, right? And you're getting all the gear figured out, and then halfway through the hike, you get to have that clean slate moment, and you get to like drop everything and just kind of walk for a while, and that's an awesome time as well. But then in the end, you get the opportunity to have it all come back together again, and you start to really realize why you started your thru hike. I don't think you ever know in the beginning. We all start for one reason, but we find out something totally different in the end, and learn something totally different about ourselves. That's what an Odyssey is all about.